Imagine this. It's 1860. You live on the West Coast and your family is back east. The only way to get a letter from them, whether it's news of a birth, a marriage, or even a death, could take months. There's no internet, no phones, no planes. So how did they manage it? The answer, the Pony Express. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're taking you back to the Wild West, where we're going to uncover one of the most daring and legendary mail delivery systems in history, the Pony Express. We'll explore how it worked, the incredible riders who made it happen, and why, even though it only lasted 18 months, its legacy still fascinates us today. The birth of the Pony Express. Before the Pony Express, delivering mail between the coasts was a slow, risky process. In the early 1800s, it could take anywhere from a few weeks to several months to get a letter from New York to California. You had to rely on stagecoaches, or even worse, send mail by ship around the tip of South America. That's nearly 16,000 miles by sea. Crazy, right? But in 1860, three ambitious businessmen, Russell, Majors, and Waddell, had a bold idea. They thought, what if we could create a fast, reliable mail service that cut down the delivery time to just 10 days? How? With fast horses, young riders, and a relay system stretching nearly 2,000 miles across some of the most dangerous terrain in America. And thus, the Pony Express was born. From St. Joseph, Missouri to Sacramento, California, they built more than 150 relay stations across the country, each about 10 to 15 miles apart. It was an ambitious plan, but one that would soon capture the imagination of an entire nation. The riders. Who were they? The heart of the Pony Express wasn't just the horses or the route, it was the riders. These young men were the real heroes. But they weren't what you'd expect. Most of them were barely adults, some as young as 14 or 15 years old. Riders had to be lightweight, tough, and fearless, because the journey was anything but easy. One of the most famous riders? A young man named William Buffalo Bill Cody. He was just 15 years old when he signed up for the Pony Express. And get this, he once rode 322 miles in under 24 hours, changing horses 21 times. Talk about endurance. Riders would gallop at top speed for about 75 to 100 miles per shift, stopping every 10 miles to switch to a fresh horse. The mochila, basically a leather satchel designed to carry letters, was passed from rider to rider, never leaving the saddle. These handoffs had to be quick, because speed was everything. The dangers of the ride. But it wasn't just about riding fast. The riders faced extreme dangers on every trip. They traveled through deserts, mountains, and forests, often at night and in all kinds of weather. Rain, snow, blistering heat, it didn't matter. The mail had to get through. And if the weather wasn't enough, there were plenty of other threats. Wild animals, bandits, and conflicts with Native American tribes made every journey a gamble with life and death. Imagine riding through hostile territory, knowing you could be ambushed at any moment, with only your horse and your wits to protect you. One rider, Johnny Fry, famously dodged an attack by bandits, using his quick reflexes and intimate knowledge of the terrain to escape. These riders were nothing short of fearless, and their stories of survival became the stuff of legend. Relay stations, lifelines on the route. Scattered across the 2,000-mile route were over 150 relay stations, small outposts that served as the lifeline for both riders and horses. Each station was manned by caretakers who kept the horses ready, fed the riders, and provided a place for a brief rest before the journey continued. Some of these stations were little more than shacks, located in the middle of nowhere. The station keepers faced isolation, harsh weather, and the same dangers as the riders. But without these stations, the whole system would have fallen apart. The secret to the Pony Express's speed was this relay system. Riders could only carry the mail for about 75 miles before passing it off. But by rotating riders and using fresh horses, they were able to cover up to 250 miles in just 24 hours. It was revolutionary for the time. The Pony Express legacy, short but legendary. Here's the ironic part, the Pony Express, despite its incredible achievements, only lasted 18 months. By 1861, the first transcontinental telegraph line was completed, making the fast relay of messages possible without the need for horses and riders. Think about it. Just as the Pony Express was hitting its stride, new technology made it obsolete. It's kind of like how smartphones replaced letters, or how email made fax machines unnecessary. Progress waits for no one. Though it was short-lived, the Pony Express left an indelible mark on American history. It embodied the spirit of adventure, courage, and determination that characterized the Wild West. Today, you can still find monuments, museums, and even reenactments that keep the legend alive. The Pony Express in today's imagination. Today, we might take instant communication for granted, shooting off a text or an email in seconds. But back in the 1860s, the Pony Express was the fastest, most reliable way to connect a divided country. It's a reminder of how far we've come and how innovation can change the world in ways we can't even imagine. Thanks for joining me on this journey through history. If you enjoyed learning about the Pony Express, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future deep dives into history. See you next time, and as they used to say, the mail must go through.